Hi guys, it's Sophie. Still got my crackly voice today. I'm filming both videos back to back. I've not been ill forever, I promise. But I thought I'd do something a little bit different to pick my June TBR. So these are my shelves. And the reason I want to do it a bit differently is because these are blind picks and I thought it could be quite fun to see. But I'm going to choose 5 books from each shelf to read, and there's one extra that I'm currently reading at the moment. Lies, 2 extra, which will give me 12 books in total for the month of June. So the first one I'm definitely going to read is A Place for Us, and I'll talk about all these in a minute. I think I'd quite like to get started on Negroland. This was one of the ones I thought I might have read last month, but didn't get the chance. The Crane's Dance as well, I've actually already just started, and I did enjoy it, but I just didn't really get into it. So I think I'll give this one another shot this month. So 2 left from this shelf. I think I'm going to cave and I'm going to read another one of my review copies. And I think I'm going to read Still Lives just because I haven't heard anything about it and I'm really excited to get to it. So that's number 4. What should I choose as my last one? I feel like it's either going to be Hangsaman or Men the Living. Do you know what, I kind of feel like Hangsaman. Like, I read some true crime last month and kind of got into the kind of mystery stuff, so I think I'm going to give this one a shot. So those are my 5 standard TBRs, and then we're going to choose some randomly from this shelf here. So I'm going to go for this one, which is Written in Black by K.H. Lim. This one, which is Chernobyl Prayer by Svetlana Alexievich. I'm really excited for this one. This one, which is Man Tiger by Eka Kurniawan. This little one here, because it's kind of small, and that is The Sickness by Alberto Barrera. I'm really excited for that one as well. Okay, I think I just need one more then, and let's go for this tall one. What are you? Snakepit by Moses Isegawa. And then the 2 bonus books I have are An Invitation to Beheading by Vladimir, which I'm just starting on, and this one back here, which is The Secret Barrister, which is a non-fiction all about law. So I'll sit down in a sec and chat through what these books are all about. Okay, so let's chat about the books that I have. It's quite exciting actually doing it this round. It almost feels like I'm picking it with you guys. So The Crane's Dance, these are in no particular order. The Crane's Dance is about 2 sisters who are both ballerinas, and I think one of them does really well, the other one doesn't do so well, and it's about how that affects their relationship, and it's also like a retelling of Swan Lake. I have started it, but I'm only like 40 pages in, and I want to give this one a proper shot. Next I have Shirley Jackson's Hangsaman, which is based on the true account of a young college student who went missing, and sort of what happened to her. I think this story tells it before she goes missing and then after. But yeah, I've heard some mixed things, but a few people I really trust so they really enjoyed this one, and it was the one I was most excited to pick up by her next. And then I have Chernobyl Prayer by Svetlana Alexievich, which is a non-fiction tale about the aftermath of Chernobyl on the people and I think like the environment as well. I've heard really good things about this one, having picked it up. Like, it wasn't really on my radar before, but this is one of the ones I was really excited for, so I was kind of excited to get that one in the mix. Next I have a coming of age story set in Brunei, which is Written in Black by K.H. Lim. This one I'm like really tentative about because it's the only one that was there from Brunei and I don't recognise the publishing house, so I'm kind of tentative, but I'm going to give it a go. I think it's like a boy in his early teens, and the author has since moved to the UK, which is when it was published. And then I have Snakepit by Moses Isegawa, which is a story about Uganda in the time that it was ruled by Idi Amin, and I think it's partly looking at kind of his heavy men, like the men he hired to do the bad work for him, and also the people it affects. Yeah, I've never read anything from Uganda at all, and this is the one that kind of jumped out at me most. He left for the Netherlands in 1990 and now lives in Amsterdam. Next one I have is for Venezuela, and that is The Sickness by Alberto Barrera. And this is a story about a man who is essentially like a hypochondriac. He thinks that he's dying, and no one believes him, and as the book goes on you think that maybe he's right and everyone else is wrong. I don't know if it's like a contagion or whether it's just his own illness, but I just found this one really like appealing for some reason. Yeah, and it is published by Margo. who are an imprint of Quercus, and I've read from them before and enjoyed them, so fingers crossed I like this one too. And then I have Still Lives by Maria Hummel, which I spoke about in my last video. It's coming out in June, and in America it's coming out in June. And it's the story of a woman who puts together an art exhibition to kind of bring light to the women who've been fetishised by violence done to them. So they're women that we know of because they're kind of famous victims. And in the course of her putting on this exhibition, she disappears, and we kind of try and figure out why she's disappeared and if it has a link to what she's trying to do with her art. The next one is my pick for Indonesia, and that one is Man Tiger by Eka Kurniawan. And this one was longlisted for the Man Buffer in 2016, the International in 2016, and it wasn't one of the ones I picked up originally, but it was one of the ones that I was on the cusp with. It's a story about a young man who has the spirit of a white tiger trapped inside him, and yeah, he's kind of magic somehow. I really don't know any more about it than that. I have seen quite good things from other people when they did their reviews of the prize that year, and as I said, it was on my shortlist, and I like the colours as well. This is fun. And then I have A Place for Us by Fatima, Farheen, Mirza, which is a kind of family saga around a family who have one of the daughters marry, and it isn't an arranged marriage, and that's kind of a big deal, and it's about her marriage, but also about the dynamics in the family where one of the boys has decided to separate himself from the kind of traditional family values and make a life of his own. I'm not struggling with the video, I'm doing fine. I'm just aware I keep pausing because I can't breathe. But I really do want to film for you guys. This is commitment. The next one I've already started, and that is Invitation to a Beheading by Vladimir. This one is about a man who is imprisoned and sentenced to death because he's kind of strange, but he never knows really what his crime was, and he doesn't know when he's going to die, and it's about his being trapped in this system that he has no control over. It feels quite Kafkaesque, that one. And then I have Negroland, a memoir by Margo Jefferson, which sounds really interesting. It looks at her life in a really well-off family in America, in a community that is nearly all black people, and how racism feels and looks through that lens. I've had this one on my list for a really long time. And then the last one, feels like quite a lot of books, but it is only 12, is The Secret Barrister, which is kind of similar to This Is Going to Hurt, but not funny, in that it's a tell-all about the legal system and the problems with it and what happens inside of it, specifically criminal law. And I've actually started this one as well. I started it last night, and loads of people have really loved this, in my real life and online. So I have a fair few things to be getting on with. I'm going to go away now and stop talking and save my voice. But hopefully you've enjoyed hearing about what I'm going to read in June. Hopefully you don't have summer colds like I do. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.